Yeah. This is my first World Convention. Yeah. And this is the first time ever I share in English. So I usually speak Swedish. So this is like, I'm a lot nervous just because of that, you know. So, and thank you, Chuck. I really identified and, yeah. And it's beautiful to be here in Barcelona. It's really, you know, all the effort and work that has been put into this, like, to make this happen. It's just amazing, and there's so much love here. It's yeah, I'm really stunned. I was thinking about. I remember my first convention. It was in 2001. It was a really small convention in Sweden, a midsummer convention, and I think that was like, I remember I listened to this woman who shared, and I remember that was the first time I really identified with someone. She shared her feelings, and I couldn't believe what was happening, because I never felt that with anyone before. She was sharing feelings that I had like kept for years, not share with anyone, and now she was like sharing this in a room full of people, like, and for me that was a lot of people. It might have been like 50 persons or something, but for me that was like a lot. And I remember identifying and like feeling really connected with her, but I couldn't believe how she was like me, but how she could be up there sharing. And I remember thinking, like, I would never ever in my life get up on stage like that and share my feelings with people I don't even know. And that's the miracle of this program. Now I'm here. Yeah, it's great. So you never know what will happen when you get clean. It's like, but I didn't get clean then. I went back using after that convention, and I kept on using for some years, and I came back again to NA and through a treatment. And this time I was really willing, or I thought I was really willing. I really thought people were talking about willingness, and I was like, yeah, I'm really willing, you know. I just had some reservations, like being honest, like stop stealing. I couldn't stop stealing, and like working the steps, and talking to my sponsor, and yeah, you know. And with all these reservations, like, you can't stay clean, or it's really painful to stay clean. So I after 7 months I went back using, and I hurt a lot. It was like I was out there for 1 year before I came back to the rooms, and it was the worst year ever. Because something had happened during these 7 months in NA. Something, even though I wasn't like honest, you gave me the message. I couldn't, like, even though I couldn't like receive it maybe, or like get it into my heart, you gave it to me, and I couldn't like forget it when I was out there using. It was like still there in my head, and I knew there was a solution, something else than using. So after this year, I thought I lost all hope. I was really sick, like physically sick, and I couldn't even stand. I ended up in hospital, like, again, and but something happened there, and I got a break, and I think it was God. Today I can see it was God. Something happened, and I got a break, and my willingness came back, my willingness to stay clean, and I came back to the meetings. And this is like the first time I didn't get the message the first time at that convention in Ystad. The thing is, my dad is clean in this program too. He got clean when I was 13, and my brother too. He's got 10 years today. My father's got 17 years, and and I identify with this, like when I started using when I was about 12, 13 years old, and before that, as I see it, I've had the disease for as long as I can remember. I've seen like symptoms of my disease at a really early age. I started lying really young, and I lied about everything. And I started stealing really young, and I started to do all these things that wasn't good for me, and just to like escape reality or to like make something happen, like something else than reality. And as I grew older, it like I hurt more and more. And when I found drugs, it was just as Chuck said, it was the best solution to my problems I ever found. You know, it was. So my dad got clean around just like shortly after I started using, and I couldn't believe he told me about NA, and I didn't understand what NA was, and I couldn't understand why he wanted to quit something that helped me, you know? Like I found the best solution and he wanted to like stop. And that was like I couldn't get it. So but anyway, I got clean this time in 2004. I got 5.5 years clean today. And what happened was that I didn't know if, because I've told myself all the time, I told myself that NA works for some people, but it won't work for me. It worked for my dad, it worked for my brother, it worked for like everyone I saw at the meetings, but it wouldn't work for me. And I held on to that, you know, like it gave me a reason to keep on using. But when I got this, like when I got clean this last time, I didn't know what to do, you know. I was like lying on the couch at my mother's place, staring at the ceiling, you know, and I just like, you know, I can't be lying here for the rest of my life. It's like I can't do this. I need to do something else. And my father, he told me like, come on. He has always told me to go to meetings, you know, and he said, you know, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose, you know. And that's true. Like we have nothing to lose except the desire to use, you know. And so I went to a meeting with like no expectations. I didn't want, you know, people talk about, when you come to the meetings, people talk about getting new friends and like healthy relationships and jobs. I didn't want anything of that, you know. I didn't want any friends. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to stop hurting, you know. And but I went to the meetings, and people remembered me. They remembered my name, you know, and they remembered me, and they hugged me, and they gave me love, and I decided to give it a chance, to give myself this chance. So, and to do it like proper, to do it the way people, you know, the people who had like longer clean time than me. And they told me to get a sponsor, to work the steps, to do service, to go to meetings regularly, like not one meeting a month, like as many meetings as I could, 90 meetings in 90 days. And I think I went to like 180 meetings the first 90 days. And I still didn't believe it would work. I just did it, you know, and that's the thing, that you don't need to believe it. You just have to do it, you know, and it will work. And so I just did it, and I remember getting my 30 days key tag, and it was like, it was so, I really like, it was a spiritual awakening for me. I really like, wow, 30 days, I made it, and that's, something happened there, and I think I saw my life going from, I was like going from killing myself to starting to live again. And it was an amazing, like, yeah, it was a spiritual awakening. And at first I started to do service, and for me I was really scared when I came to NA. I was really like, I had difficulties like sharing in the meetings. It took me almost a year to like start to share. I was really afraid. And I wanted to feel part of. I didn't feel part of. I hear people coming to NA and say like that they, like, when they walked in through the doors to NA, they felt like this is my home. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel part of, and I needed to do something to feel part of. And service gave me that. I started to open the meetings and do the coffee and put out the chairs and in my home group. It made me feel part of, and even though I didn't share in the meeting, I felt part of, and I also could see that there were very few women in the fellowship in Gothenburg where I live when I came to NA. We were only like, 2 of them are here right now. We were only like 4 women, maybe 4 or 5, and they took really good care of me and gave me a lot of love. And but I was like looking around, and there were lots of men, and I had like major resentments towards all men when I came to NA. So there were a lot of men in the meetings, and there were a lot of men doing service, and I looked around and I could see that like the ones missing from our meetings were the women there. So, and the women came, but they didn't stay, you know, so something was wrong. So I started to focus on that, to like welcome the women and just like make them to stay, you know. So I just like, I did my best to be as like loving and caring and welcoming as possible. I brought the women home to my place and like put on a speaker tape and made them soup, and it's like it's really meant a lot to me, and because I understood that if I wanted to stay clean, I needed this. I needed like women to identify with. It was important for me, and so that's one of the things I did, and some of these women are my sponsees today. Mm. Wow. I get really emotional now. Yeah, this is a beautiful program. Wow. And as I said from the beginning, service wasn't like, I didn't do service like this selfless service that we talk about. I did it because it made me feel good, you know, and I felt part of, and something happened. Like I got like applause after the meeting, like when I made the coffee and stuff, you know, people, but like as I recovered, I really realized, like when I got these benefits, like from recovery, I really like, this feeling grew inside me that I need to like, this is amazing. You know, I couldn't stay clean. Like before I came to NA, I couldn't stay clean by myself. I couldn't. I was like, yeah, I couldn't. And I need to. And NA has given me a whole new life. And it has given me my family back. It's like, it's amazing. And I can't like keep this for myself. I have to like give it away. And so service has been like really important for me. I've done service since I came to NA, and I've kept doing it. And sometimes I've been really scared, like right now. And I remember I've been like going to my first area meeting. I was really scared, and people seemed like really important there. And it seemed like they knew a lot of stuff that I didn't know. But like, if it's like with me, with the like meetings, if we just keep coming back, we will feel like more safe, and it will be okay. So I just kept coming back and kept doing service, and I've grown a lot through that, and it's helped me through in my I just, as Chuck said, I never identify with that I never finished school. I never went to college or anything. I just used, and since I came to NA, so many of my dreams have come true. I got a college degree, and I'm going to right now I'm at the university studying, and I've traveled all over the world, and I got a beautiful loving relationship, and I got my family here in the program. My mother, my father, and my brother, they're all here, and I've got friends today. I didn't even want friends when I came here, but I got friends today, and it's like my life is so rich, and I can't keep this. I have to give it away and share it with you, and yeah, I don't know what more to say, but I think I'll stop there. So thank you for letting me share. Thank you.